Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here, and we're gonna play some PGA Tour 2K23. I'm a golf man. I'm not gonna sit here and mince words too much. I love golf. The Masters just happened, and I've been really dying to get out and actually play golf for real. And a couple nights ago, my friend Maddie he messaged me and he's like, "Dude, they just put this game out on Steam for like 75% off. We got to get it so we can play golf." And so he gifted it to me, and we started playing a couple nights ago. And man, this game's a blast. I love it. It is a ton of fun. And so what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna kind of casually play through. I made a character the other night, and I started going through like the season pass stuff. And so I figured, every once in a while I'm going to come on here and I'm going to, record some gameplay as I progress through the MyCareer section. And we'll just have some fun with it. It'll be a nice little relaxing, casual thing to go along with. So let's do it. I played a couple of tournaments last night in the MyCareer thing. I'm still very far into the early sections of this. So I've only done 2 tournaments so far. I got second place in one of them. And then I got first place in the second one, so I am currently in the lead here. But I'll give you guys kind of just a little rundown of how all this works real quick. Obviously, you've got like the pro shop where you can buy, different outfits and clubs and things. You can kind of adjust the way that your caddy looks. I've got stuff in my locker from things that I've unlocked as I've played through a couple of sets of matches and stuff. So you can change things in your golf bag here, and they all have different stats and things. This fittings area is actually where you can kind of do, as you can see, I have stat changes here. You can do like augments for your clubs that give you some different upgrades and such. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. And then obviously, as I unlock some different outfits and things, and we'll go with that. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit because it is very loud. I need to go back to the main menu though for that. It just dawned on me exactly how loud that is. I haven't been recording this, so I didn't really have to worry about how loud it was, but it is extremely loud. Let's go down to there. Everything else can stay though. Okay. Oh, let's go back here. Yeah, this is it's great. This is out of all the golf games that I've played, it might be the most fun. It has a great deal of realism in it. Even though I do love me some arcade style golf with like golden tee and a bunch of those. But this is great. It's for me, since I don't always have a lot of time to get out and digest golf in an organic way, and being able to go out and play it, mainly because I need to get an entirely new set of clubs. I went out the last time that I went out golfing. I'm going to turn the commentary down a little bit there too. The last time that I went out golfing, I was with a couple of friends, and hold on a sec. Man, that guy is loud as hell. Yeah, the last time that I went out and physically golfed, I was playing with a couple of friends, and on one of the last holes that we played on, I teed off with my 3-wood, and as soon as I made contact with the ball, the club head just flew off and exploded and went flying like 75 yards into some tall brush. And that's I think the 3rd club that I've had happen to. So in my bag now I only have a driver. I don't have a 3-wood. I don't have a 5-wood. My pitching wedge is just missing. I think that I accidentally left it on the edge of a green on one of the courses I was playing on, and so I ended up kind of losing out on that. And so it sucks. But I've also had that set of clubs since I was like 15 years old, so I've been kind of looking for an excuse to get a new set for a long time. So, we'll get there. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly in the high wealth department. There we go. Oh, get in there. And so, getting a full set of new clubs is kind of expensive. So one of these days, maybe I'll use like a tax return or something to get myself there, because I'm really dying for some new clubs. But we'll get there. So I haven't really explained any of the inner workings here. I'm doing the three click method, if you will, for shooting. For now, it's kind of the beginner's route, where you press and hold X and you want to try to get it into that white ring. And then you want to get it into the green ring on the top and on the bottom, and that kind of just dictates, the accuracy of your shot. So that is what we're looking at right now. It is significantly easier to do it this way than it is to do it the standard way, which is to use the right stick and actually like physically pull back and then lunge it forward to shoot. It's a lot harder to do it that way. Ideally, I want to get to that point where I'm doing that normally, but just to kind of get myself back into the swing of things here, we'll go this way. 3 wood. Oh God, this is kind of a rough spot to be in. Yeah, this is also kind of foreign territory for me. I'm still getting used to not having to work on Wednesdays anymore. They finally changed our schedule at work to where everybody's working 4 10-hour shifts instead of 5 8-hour shifts, which I'm digging it. I love it. The only part that oh God, there we go. The only part that kind of sucks about it is that now I have to wake up at like 2:15 in the morning, 2:30 to get ready for work, and then I'm out the door by 3:30 if I can actually get myself out of bed. And then I'm starting at 3:30. So it's tricky. It is definitely it's been an adjustment. The nice thing is that we get done with a lot of our stuff so early in the day that my boss is like, "Hey, I know that you guys are really tired. I've got no issue if you guys want to just, if you want to just hop in a car and then go take a nap for like a half hour. I got no problem with that. You guys don't have anything to do for, another couple hours. So if you want to do that, then go right ahead." Because usually in the morning, we're like the only people there for at least about 3 hours before a lot of the other lot employees get there. So we kind of have free reign of the place, and it's, pitch black out there, so. Okay. Yeah, this is the only part that I'm still kind of getting used to is reading the greens. It takes a lot of getting used to. But I am getting there. Oh, God. That was not good. It is my one fatal flaw that I'm still getting used to. That I was playing a match with Maddie last night, and there were so many times where I thought that I had the aim down, and I needed to adjust it more. And I had a couple holes where I ended up 3-putting on it because just the way the slopes work, it's so hard to figure out exactly how far over you need to move your aim. And even with like that top green slot on the ring up there, if you're off just a little bit when you're putting, it can really screw you up. So it just takes some getting used to. I think we're gonna put that right here. So yeah, I took the kids to school this morning, and I got home and I started I was like, you know what? There's a documentary on Netflix that I've really been wanting to watch for a couple weeks since it came out, and it's the one called "What Did Jennifer Do?" And holy smokes, it is nuts. It's one of the craziest like true crime documentaries that I have seen. It's just, and I won't spoil it too much for people that are actually wanting to watch it, but it's basically a girl that she calls into 911 saying that, you know, that her parents have been shot and that she's tied upstairs, and her mom ended up dying and her dad was in a coma. And then just kind of the whole crux of the hour and a half, you know, documentary that this is just like the slow slide into like showing how all of their interviews with her, how everything just slowly changes. And it's just, it's like as all the clues come out, it's so wild. It's one of the crazier true crime docs that I've seen in a while. Definitely well worth it. And then I started kind of diving into like cult stuff, because I've always thought the cults were weird. You know, how can you drive just mass groups of people to believe in your cause when at base value a lot of the time these causes are so insane. Like one of them that I saw was it was a cult called, it was in Japan from like the mid 80s to the mid 90s, and the guy that started it, his name was Shoko Asahara, and the name of the cult was Am Shinrikyo. And like he convinced all of his followers, which was like 40,000 of them, by the way, which is insane. Like Heaven's Gate was like 200 people, and that's like one of the most well-known cults ever, and that was like 200 people. This one was 40,000 people over the course of, 10 years, and he had all of his followers wear like these masks that were basically, they looked like his face. And then he had them do this this initiation thing called Perfect Salvation Initiation, where they wore this special headgear so that they could align their brain waves with his, so that they, could receive all of the, knowledge of the world that he knows. And it's just like, how do you convince people that that you have like this divine knowledge of the world, and that the only way that people can get on board is by wearing this mask that looks like your face? It's just like, how do you look at that and not say, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard? And that you could, like, I could understand being able to brainwash maybe like 1,000 people, a few hundred people, because people can be pretty impressionable, and you can kind of get away with that. But to do that to 40,000 people is insane. So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. That that kind of thing happens, and obviously there are things like the Manson cult, and there was Heaven's Gate was one, and like the Children of God was another one. There was another one called the Anthill Kids from, I think it was like the mid to late 70s, and the guy that ran it, and I had heard of his name before, but I didn't really know like what the whole deal with him was. And his name was Rocktario. I think that's how you say his name, whatever. He had like this really weird obsession with anatomy, and so he would just like randomly like get super wasted, and then he would just conduct just these weird random surgeries on like his subordinates or whatever, and they just totally went along with it. And I think he actually killed a couple of people doing that. And so it's like, if that kind of sort of thing happened, like how do you oh damn it how do you justify that? Like what is your reasoning that you can be like, oh, Well, I'm, you know, I'm the most important person in the world, so the fact that I just got wasted and killed these two people, it's not a big deal. You know, still continue following, you know, continue to like and subscribe onto onto this cult that I've built. Just the whole thing seems pretty ridiculous. I hate the par 3 holes where you have to use woods. Not a big fan. That one actually wasn't so bad. There was one that I played last night where I think we were playing at like Summerlin, or it was like TPC Boston or something, and the greens were so fast that like I would use like a fairway wood and I'd get it onto the green and it would roll like 70 feet and just roll right off the back of the green. It was awful. It was just like, I feel like I can't, like, unless I'm basically just dunking the damn thing. Oh, get in there. There we go. It's like, unless I'm basically dunking the damn thing, there's no way that I'm going to get there. Oh, look at us go. Through 8 holes, we're holding the lead. Alexander Hubbard, though, he's hanging in there. I've just kind of been blowing through this course. Didn't realize that guy's actually holding serve. The first tournament that I did, I got second place in it, and it sucked because the wind was like 14 miles an hour the entire course, so it's like it was really hard to get a good read on things. But I made a push in the last few holes. Oh boy, I made a push on the last few holes to try to get myself into position, and I ended up finishing the last hole getting a birdie, but there was a guy that was a couple strokes ahead of me, but he got a bogey, and so we had a 4-way tie for first place. Oh, damn it. We had a 4-way tie for first place, and so we went to a playoff hole. And so I was like, okay, I got a good shot here. And I ended up totally shanking my my second shot because it rolled like 70 feet off the green. And I guess the AI player that was in one of the AI players that was in second actually chipped in from outside the green and ended up winning. So that's how I lost my first tournament. Come on, get in there, get in there, let's go. All right, 7 out of 9 birdies. Or actually, no. Actually, I had an eagle in there, too. I totally didn't realize that I eagled the second hole. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, man. It's been a pretty busy time. I know that I haven't really uploaded much in the last couple of months. And part of that was because I got really sick. I had gotten pneumonia, and I had gotten a really bad case of bronchitis. And the last thing that I had filmed, I was still kind of like right in the middle of coming down with all that. I think I had done like a Halo video, and my voice was pretty rough around the edges, and you could tell. And then I got sick for 5 weeks with that, and that was, you know, part of the reason why I didn't record anything at that juncture. And then things have been so hectic with work. I've actually been doing certification training to become a loader and unloader for the trucks at Carvana, where we get to actually like put the cars on the 9-car Stingers and also take them off. And it's you know, there's a nice little pay increase that goes with that. So we've been doing a lot of training exercises for that. And then getting used to the new scheduling. It's been really hard to have the energy to function. Where I've had days where I'm coming home and I'm just like, I'm crashing out on the couch immediately after I get in the front door. And so it's been really difficult. I've been really meaning to get back in here and make some content for you guys. You know, it's a really good release for me. It's a good outlet for my stress, and there's been plenty of it. And so, you know, I'm glad that I was actually able to have some free time that I could come in here and do this. I know that I'm playing golf, and this probably won't, you know, appeal to everybody. But it's something that, you know, maybe some people will like it. This could end really poorly. The thing that I'm hoping for is that at some point in the near future I can, start doing this more frequently, and I can, at some point maybe afford to get some new equipment and just, kind of be able to return to form and do this a little bit more often. Probably not every day, but at least on a more regular basis. And hell, one of the other things that I've been doing that's been a kind of a regular fixture of my week is, for those of you that don't know, I actually am doing a weekly podcast with a couple of friends of mine, and we've been doing it for nearly a year now. I think it's actually going to be a year this coming week, and so that's been something that every Saturday we've been meeting up and doing that, and it's been a blast. And we're slowly starting to kind of take off a little bit. We've been posting things on social media. We've got an Instagram page, we have a TikTok page, and we've been doing these little things. And we just had one the other day that had 60-something thousand views, and there's a lot of engagement for it, and it's a lot of fun. So for those of you guys out there that are of the podcasting ilk, feel free to look us up. It's the name of the podcast is All the Good Names Were Gone, and it's just we kind of sit and shoot the shit. Oh, damn it! I thought I was gonna dunk it. Yeah, we kind of talk about sports, pop culture. We do top 5 lists for various things. We do trivia. We do little segments with music where we play music that we like and stuff like that. And we just we have a good time. We just kind of fool around for about 3 hours or so every Saturday, and we post it every Monday. So we have merchandise and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, if it sounds like something you guys want to check out, feel free to check it out. It's on Spotify. We've got our own website. Cool stuff. Let's see. 8 miles an hour is kind of a weird spot to be in. Let's go right here. I've also recently I've never really been a huge guy of trying to buy stuff off the TikTok shops, because you just kind of never really know what you're going to get with that. But I've been seeing advertisements all over the place, and just people posting videos about one of those Android handheld gaming consoles that come preloaded with a whole bunch of different consoles and games built into it and what have you. And I had one of those before that I had bought I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. And it was pretty cool. It was huge, but it wasn't great, and eventually the battery bulged and it pretty much exploded in my office. And so I had to cut ties with that one. And so I kind of told myself, I was like, I'll probably never do one of these again, because they're more trouble than they're worth. But I kept seeing this one, and the price for it looked really good for what it was doing, and it actually, they were playing some pretty wild stuff on there. The one that I had before had almost no capability for playing things like PS1 and Dreamcast and PS2 and stuff like this, and this one actually they were doing all that. And so it kind of caught my attention, because I was like, I've been really dying to play some of these games that the consoles that I have at home, I just don't have the ability to do that, and I want to be able to play them on the go and what have you. And so I decided to buy this one, and it's called the Anbernic RG35XX or whatever. It's just a really long, unnecessary name. And I got it for $50. And holy shit, it's awesome. It's a great little thing. It kind of holds like a Neo Geo Pocket. That's kind of what it reminded me of when I first saw what it looked like. And it's got a couple of regular joysticks, D-pad, kind of Super Nintendo controller layout for buttons, and it's got a couple of triggers and stuff on it. And I've been fooling around with it for about a week and a half now, and it's great. I've actually, I've been, one of the things I've been wanting to do is I wanted to go back through, I wanted to get into Pokemon a little bit more. Because I've really only played through Gen 1, you know, a billion times over. But I've never really kind of delved into some of the newer games. And a couple of my coworkers have a lot more knowledge about it than I do. And so I've just kind of been meaning to do that. And, you know, now I had an opportunity that I got this system. It, you know, it came preloaded with all of the, at least a whole bunch of different, you know, Pokemon games through the systems over the years. And so I started from the very beginning. I've been playing Pokemon Blue over the last week, and it's been a blast. And it kind of reminded me of when I did that as a series here on the channel. And I was like, man, I kind of want to go back and do that again. And then, you know, maybe as I progress through and start playing some more of these, you know, maybe do them on the channel. Because, you know, the games are long and tedious, but they're a lot of fun, though. I really do love playing those. Oh, come on, here we go. Here we go. I think I didn't quite aim as well as I wanted to, but that's still a good layup. I will take it.
Take notes, folks. That's how you do it. Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shots. What an opportunity to make a bird.
Perfect. I really need to get a new shirt for this guy. I got this Under Armour shirt as like a gift for getting the like the season pass or whatever, but it's like the only shirt that I have in my inventory besides just like the plain gray one. And I gotta get something different. And you unlock a bunch of stuff as you go along, and it's just like it's killing me that that's the only shirt that's in my inventory. Let's go here. Perfect. Yeah, I really got to get into golfing more, man. It's kind of bugged me for years that, you know, it's been one of my favorite sports since I've been, you know, since I was a little kid, and it's something that I've always wanted to be able to play at a high level, because I think, you know, golf, it's the easiest game to learn, because I mean the premise of the game is simple. You know, you're hitting a ball with a stick as far as you can to try to get it into a little cup. So I mean the premise is simple, but it's probably the hardest game to master out of any major sport that there is, I think. You know, and that might be a hot take, but I really think that that's the case. And so I think that there's something so satisfying about when you can play a game like this at a really high level. And that's one thing I love about watching things like the Masters, is when these dudes, you know, like these dudes make it look so effortless. Like it's so mechanical for them. Like it doesn't even look like they're even putting any effort into it, and they're just making these incredible shots. And it's always made me want to, you know, get a lot better at it, so that, you know, I just want to be able to like go to a course somewhere, you know, near where I live, and just be able to go out and play and be somewhere near par, even if I'm just like a couple shots over. No big deal. Instead of, you know, going out and playing and like every hole that I hole out, I'm getting like 6 or 7, and I end up being like 40 over par by the end of the course. Like, I've always just wanted to be good enough that I could go out and just kind of screw around and, you know, have a really good round. That's something that I've wanted to work towards for a long time. And, yeah, at some point I want to get myself a new set of clubs and start playing a lot more often. I think that'd be a really cool thing. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. I've also always wanted to go and play at a course where, you know, like a TPC course where they have, you know, like these big viewing galleries towards the end of the course. Like, I've always wanted to go and finish up on a hole where there's a big viewing gallery. Not that there'd be, you know, if I went out and just played randomly, there's not going to be a whole bunch of people out there, like, waiting for me to, you know, finish sitting in the viewing gallery, clapping for me and whatever. But I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to, like, you know, you go and hit and you get up on the green and you make your approach up to the green and you get to see just that big building sitting there with the clubhouse in the back. It'd be cool. And I don't even know if those viewing galleries are even there all the time. I don't know if those are things that, you know, they're set buildings, or if they only like erect those like galleries and stuff for the tournaments. I don't know how that works, but I've always thought it'd be cool to do that. All right, well, look at that. we kind of just fucked around and destroyed that tournament. That went over real well. What did I finish at? 16 under. Oh my god. I just blew their backs out. That's crazy. Alright. Yeah, you can get sponsors in here. I haven't really seen exactly what happens with that yet. Like, I don't know if they just give you special rewards. But you can get to different tiers, and I'll have to figure out exactly like what the perk is for doing that. But yeah, we'll see. So there we go. I got 500 points for winning that one. I'm now ranked number 1. I was ranked number 2, I think, going into this last night. Okay, so we got one of these, which I think I might equip that, because any boost that I can get for putting is I'm looking forward to it. So this is just club cosmetics. I do love ping putters. That, I think, okay, yeah, that's just another cosmetic thing. No physical change in stats. And then, what the hell is this? Spider X Bronze? I'll have to check that out. Alright. From Ben Hogan. Is Ben Hogan still alive? Getting texts from beyond the grave. Let's see, we're impressed with your passion, drive, and dedication to golf. At Ben Hogan, we want to empower athletes like you. Oh, okay, so it's like a representative for the brand. Because I'm pretty sure Ben Hogan is dead. Let me just check that to make sure. Yeah, Ben Hogan died in 1997, so that's like some like Ghost Adventures worthy shit. I started getting random messages from a guy that died almost 30 years ago. And he wanted me to join his, he wanted to sponsor my professional golfing career. I'm not going to take his offer, though. Cobra for clubs. Who do I... Oh, I have TaylorMade for clubs right now, though, I think. I would much rather stay with them. TaylorMade's the spot. Tattoo golf for apparel. I have Ping for apparel right now. You know what? I'll take it. Why not? I'll give it a... Well... Actually, no. I'll waffle on it. I do have perfect reputation, and I already just changed sponsors with them last night, so I kind of want to see what happens if I stick around with a couple of these for a little while. Okay, let's check out what we have here. So we have new clubs in the collection, albeit I don't know where they're at. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, I'll take that. I've always liked the way that Ping clubs look. They look very satisfying to me. I got this one, this Callaway joint, last night, so we'll stick with that. Oh, that was just a different type of putter. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. I love putters with the really wide club head like that. I have one of them in my bag right now. These ones... These regular ones, they just remind me of miniature golf. Just every time I see one, it just reminds me of a miniature golf club. And don't get me wrong, I love miniature golf. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But there's just something... I always seem to putt better when I have those bigger putters like those. I hate the ones that have the really long, like the ones that are super, super long that you hold up like by your sternum. I see a lot of golfers use that, and I've always thought that was the most uncomfortable looking thing in the world. So you lose 1 power, but you get better timing, better swing path, better shaping. It's only $25. If I apply it to both of them, you know what? Let's do it. It's only $50 total to take it. I don't feel too bad about that. The putt path one, yeah, we've already got that one equipped. I would like another timing one if we can unlock it, but I don't think we've gotten there yet. So we'll just have to deal with it later. Oh, we got new gloves. I totally forgot that we even had gloves to begin with. Ooh, that looks a lot cleaner. I don't like the way that looks too much like a batting glove. I will take that. Okay. Not looking too bad. God, I really need to get a new shirt. And some new shoes, too. The way that it was before is I was just wearing these regular-ass shoes, and I had, like, these medium-length socks on, and they looked terrible. Okay, so we have a stat point to use, or a skill point. And, let's see, normal shots receive a swing path boost off the tee. See, I want one that just gives me, like, extra power, but I think that is all the way over here. Yeah, you get a flight boost. So we'll have to wait a little while before we get to that. What needs the most work? I don't have anything under wedges yet. But that only gives me boosts if I'm in the bunker, and I'm not really in the bunker very much. Pitch shots receive a spin boost within 101 yards of the pin. That could probably be useful. Pitch shots receive a shaping boost from the fairway. Spin boost from the fairway. I do use those hybrid woods quite a lot, actually. Transition boost. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to take this because my hybrid woods, the backspin on those can be really. It's really hit and miss. So I think we'll go with that. It actually seems like a pretty good way to go. All right. Well, I think we're going to stop right here, and then next time, you know, if I'm recording when I play this tournament, we'll do the Kelly Classic or whatever it is that I'm doing at the time. So, hope that you guys enjoyed. I know that it's golf and it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is most certainly mine. And hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. This has been your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, everybody.